Hello and welcome to the Kent Football Show, kindly sponsored by Kent Reliance. I'm your host Kweku and today we are at the beautiful home of Chatham Town. And what a show we've got for you today, so sit back, relax and enjoy. Coming up in the show, I talked to Chatham Town about their club's rapid development and season so far. Next up, join us as we showcase the Women and Girls Extravaganza event. We answer your coaching questions in Coach's Corner. We chat to the team captains ahead of the Kent Senior Cup final. Anchorians women's team take on the Ultimate Target Challenge. We go behind the scenes at the Kent County Cup referee appointment evening. We talk about the power of football to support mental health with the NHS kickabouts. And finally, we showcase some incredible volunteers from across the Kent game. I had the absolute privilege of sitting down and chatting to Gary Hake, Chatham Town's general manager, about their incredible rise off the pitch and the ongoings on the pitch this season. Let's check it out. Gary, Chatham Town have been on an incredible journey recently. What's the secret behind your success?
I think first and foremost, we owe our success and we owe big thanks to our community, to our supporters, to everybody in the area that's basically backed the club and increased crowd numbers, sponsors that have put money into the club, supporters that take the time to come down and follow the team home and away, and just have generally put us on the map as a club.
And in terms of the supporters, you're known for having quite a lively fan base that get behind the football club. How important are they in terms of your success and driving you forward as a football club?
Yeah, it's a cliche about supporters being the 12th man, but I really do think that is a huge thing down here for us. Like I say, this club means so much to so many. For example, people just spend their whole week talking about Chatham Town. People can't wait to get here on a match day. We even have some supporters that turn up on a random Wednesday afternoon just to pop in and walk around the ground and have a cup of tea, just in the hope that they might see a player or speak to one of the coaching staff. But yeah, it's a huge part of people's lives, and we didn't really notice how big it was until the era of COVID, when a lot of people relied on the club. You know, we did a lot of things for the community as well to get them through COVID. And I think they've just reciprocated that back to us, and they've shown their thanks to us in all those ways, really. But yeah, supporters, huge to any sort of club, especially a club like ours, which is a community club-based set-up. And yeah, we're just forever thankful for them.
And you mentioned COVID, that set a lot of clubs back, but you guys have pushed forward. What are your long-term ambitions here at Chatham Town?
I suppose sitting here now, I'd be foolish not to say we'd like to eventually make it into the English Football League, which of course we'd love to. Me personally, my role at the club is to kind of help out with the community and oversee things and support my brother, of course, who's the chairman. But I think that at the moment, to many, we're probably everybody's second favourite club. But I'd love to be everyone's favourite first club. You know, everyone's got a Premier League club that they support, you know, week in, week out, and Chatham Town is like their second favourite club. But I think we could go as far as being everybody's favourite club.
I think you're well on your way to doing that. We're sitting here in the dressing room, fantastic facilities here. How important is your ground, the facilities, in terms of building your club to the direction that you want to go in?
Again, massively important, because if we've got aspirations to get into the Football League, we've got to make sure that the stadium is up to that level as well. It's important that we show any potential players that are considering signing for the club quite the fact that we're taking it that seriously, and that, you know, we do mean business. And the same can be said for any youth players that are considering to join the club as well. We want to show them that we've got the best facilities in the area, and that we do take it seriously. We want to progress, and we want the stadium to grow with us as we progress as well.
And can you talk to me about the anti-violence campaign that you guys got on board with? Of course, incredible stuff and incredible message as well that you guys are pushing. But can you talk me through it, please? Yeah,
of course. So we teamed up with the VRU, the Violence Reduction Unit, which involves Kent Police, the Benkinseller Trust against knife crime and reducing violence in the area, which again, because we're a community club, we feel very strongly that we can do something with our community to reduce violence in the area, to reduce knife crime. We've got lots of incentives that we run throughout the week to basically open the doors to children and get them off the streets and get them involved in football and show them that there is a life away from violence. So yeah, we're very passionate about that.
And on the pitch, you boys are through to the Velocity Trophy final, beat Hendon in the semi-finals, take on Billericay in the finals. How confident are you of picking up silverware?
We're always confident of winning matches. I mean, if we can win the final, then obviously we'll retrieve it for a second year running. Yeah, I mean, historically we've had some good battles with Billericay over the years, and as any challenge, we relish it as a club. I'm sure the fans will get behind us. Well, I'm certain the fans will get behind us because they're talking about it already. They've already booked some minibus tickets and all that sort of stuff. You know, they're asking us when tickets are going to be on sale. But yeah, we're extremely confident and we'd love to do it back to back. And as any trophy title that we win, it's always for the fans and the community.
What a journey the club is on. Good luck for the rest of the season, and especially good luck for your upcoming cup final. Now, to celebrate International Women's Day, the Kent FA hosts the Women and Girls Football Extravaganza at the LCL training ground. It involved 379 players from across Kent, and what a day it was. Let's check it out.
We are down at London City Lionesses training ground today for our International Women's Day Extravaganza, where we've got girls as young as 5 joining in with our Wildcat sessions, all the way up to women who are aged 78 for our Walking Football Festival this afternoon. So we've got over 370 women signed up to take part in some form of football across the day, and then we'll be ending on some coaching CPD on the best ways to support our female players and make them thrive in the game.
We help our organisations collect and send payments seamlessly.
Yeah, today I'm just excited to see all the players out here, to meet the athletes, to meet the coaches, to learn more how we can help your clubs to grow and for you to grow participation. I know it's grown, I think, like 30% over the past 3 years. So women's sports are just such a special place, and we're happy to help promote that.
There are so many things I could say, but I'll try and focus on the key ones. Effectively, I've worked with football clubs at a grassroots level since the inception of Go Careless, which was more than 14 years ago, because we believe our product really fits and helps those clubs focus on what is important to them, which is coaching and developing particularly children, instead of actually chasing payments, which can, of course, be a hassle for coaches. The fact of today also being very focused on the girls' game is something that, as a company, we're very focused on, because diversity and inclusion is one of our key ethoses that we really promote. I've also personally been involved in the women's game for many years, as my daughter has sort of progressed through the routes from grassroots to academies, clubs, and still plays, and so I know how much the women's game also needs investment and development and making it open to all. So today was just a perfect fit from both a professional capacity as my role as CFO at Go Careless, but also in a personal level.
It showcases the different levels of football, that we're an inclusive game, and it shows the youngsters what they can aspire to be.
I'm here today. I brought my football team. I have an under-12 girls football team, which I started about a year ago. And football is really important because it's accessible, and events like this mean that girls who maybe don't have a team get the chance to see what it's like, and for girls who are in a team, gives them a chance to learn something new. So a really good event overall.
What an incredible day celebrating the women's and girls' game in Kent for International Women's Day. And may I add, some nifty skills to boot. If you want to get involved in the beautiful game, then make sure you drop us an email at info@kentfa.com. Now it's time for the Coach's Corner with my old mate David Webb. Let's see what questions we'll be answering today.
In the Coach's Corner, we aim to help coaches through giving them thoughts, ideas and considerations to support them on the grass. This week, we've been asked a question: what types of practices can I deliver to help my players become more confident with making decisions and solving problems? Let's have a look at it. So this practice will enhance and encourage decision making and problem solving from your players. Although this practice is going to be an individual practice, I will also briefly explain how it can be done in pairs or in small groups. All you need to be aware of within the setup of the area is that there's multiple equipment laid out within a space. So, as an example, you have blue cones, you have green cones, and then you have red gates as well. So each player will have a ball. In this practice here, I've got the players marked in yellow. So players will travel around the area with their ball anytime that they can go up to a cone. So as an example here, this player's gone up to the blue cone, that will equal 1 point. If when they're traveling around the area, they're able to go up to the green cone, that will equal 2 points. If they're able to travel within the area with the ball and go up to one of the gates and there is nobody in between a gate, that will equal 3 points. Alternatively, although I said this was an individual practice, it could be that you look to try and add an opposed element to the game where you have red players who are occupying the red gates. If players are able to successfully move with their ball through a gate which is being occupied by a red player, and by the red player not making contact with the ball, then they receive 4 points. That is pretty much the aim of the game. Although I said this was an individual practice, you can add in another player who will form as part of the yellow team, so you can work in pairs or a small group. The benefit of this is it will allow the players to then be able to say, for example, when there's a red player occupying the gates, they can look to try and pass the ball through without the red making contact, and successfully get the ball through this area. Alternatively, what could happen is, say for example, the yellow player has the ball in this area and there's another player who's working in their pair and they're closer to a cone, they could equally try and pass the ball to that player so that then they can get to that cone and receive some points quicker. This practice aims to enhance the different challenges to support ability, experience and confidence. Travelling into congested areas or areas of space to determine how to move with the ball or movements to retain possession, identifying how and who they are working with or against to retain possession or move the ball into and through different areas. And some key points for you to consider is allowing for trial and error from your players, implementing different point scoring methods for players to try and explore the game and the practice, ensure activities are not too easy or too hard, and implement a range of scenarios and situations for the players to experience. Give it a try and let us know how you get on.
Thank you as always, David. Some incredible coaching info there. And if you want to fire David across some questions, then make sure you drop him an email at david.webb@kentfa.com. Now put this date in your diaries, the 2nd of April at the Priestfield Stadium, the DFDS Kent Senior Cup final. We caught up with both of the captains to see how they feel ahead of the big day.
With Rakish Bingham ahead of the Kent Senior Cup final at Gillingham. First of all, Rax, how much are you looking forward to the final?
Yeah, looking forward to it. It's another final. Obviously, we was in the final last year. Didn't get the victory we wanted, but it's one that we can put right. And albeit we've not been in the best of form in the league campaign, but it's a chance to get a trophy and receive a medal.
And what are your expectations for the final?
I expect for them to come with an A game. Obviously, they've done well enough to get to the final, so credit to them. But just for us to carry the momentum that we've kind of been building up in the league, we've obviously got a victory on the weekend. Hopefully, this weekend coming up, we can get a victory and carry it into the final.
Well, thank you, Rax, for talking to us, and good luck in the final.
Thank you.
Great work, gents. We're looking forward to watching the final and seeing who takes home the silverware. Good luck to both teams. Now, it's time for the ultimate target challenge. Larkfield ladies under 12s are still topping the leaderboard, but can Anchorians women's beat their score? Let's check it out.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening from wherever you're watching. We are coming from a very cold and wet Anchorians, bringing you the ultimate target challenge with vintage Anchorians. We're here for the target challenge, as you are aware. 3 points for a top corner, 2 points for the bottom corner, and 1 for the middle. Ladies, are you ready? Fantastic, let's get going. Who's up first for us? Yeah. 2 points to start us off with, great finish. Or I'll give you another 2 for that, great finish. Middle of the goal, 1 point. 5 so far from 3 shots. Oh, great finish, we'll go 2, I'm gonna be harsh, I'll go 2. So you got 7 from 4 so far. Oh, I was harsh on the last one. I'll give you a top corner for that one. We'll give you 3 for that one. Yeah! Great finish into the bottom corner. 12 from 6. Oh, into the middle of the goal. 13 from 7. Into the middle, 14 from 8. Oh, great finish, great finish. And I believe that takes him past the 16 mark to 17. 17 from 9. You've got one more to go, one more. And a great finish to top it all off. 19 from 10. If you think you can do any better, get in contact with us and we'll be coming to a pitch near you.
Great work, Anchorians. Do you think your club could beat that score? If you do, drop us an email at info@kentfa.com to get involved in the ultimate target challenge. Now, without match officials, there would be no game. We all know that. So a county cup match is just as big for the referees as it is for the players and the fans. So let's go behind the scenes to the Kent FA referee appointments evening.
Hi, I'm Nick, Referee Development Lead here at the Kent FA, and we're here at the Village Hotel this evening to celebrate the appointment of 100 of our match officials across the 25 county cups. We've brought our cameras along so that you can have a sneak preview as to what goes on.
It's an absolute privilege to be invited to the Kent County Cup final. It's literally all you ask for towards the end of the season.
I mean, it's a great achievement. I feel very proud. Obviously, when the email comes through, it's always exciting, and it's a long season. It can be hard in the winter months, you know, to keep motivated. But these are the moments that, like, it's about, and you know, it should be a good day.
Yeah, it's a massive honour. I'm really excited. You know, you work hard all year, all season. You know, there's some tough games. There's always the lows, but this is obviously a big high, and it's nice to have the recognition.
So that's it, that's the end of the evening. Congratulations to all 100 match officials who have been appointed, and we'll see you at our County Cup finals.
Congratulations to all the match officials on your referee appointments evening. Recognition for all your hard work and dedication to the beautiful game in Kent. Now, in today's world, looking after your mental health is vitally important, and football provides the perfect platform to do so. We caught up with a local NHS kickabout session to find out more.
Hi John, thank you for joining us. Can you tell us a little bit about the session?
Yes, certainly. Thanks for having me. The session itself, its inception, was a year and a half in making. Initially, it was billed as a calm kickabout, but my view and what I wanted to bring out of this was get a partnership with the NHS, so we have people in attendance here that are clinically diagnosed with certain issues, and that's really helped in making them feel normal, which is very, very important. Myself, I've suffered for a long time, and these sessions do bring normality to people's lives. It's something to look forward to.
Right, hi Anthony, thanks for joining us. Can you tell us a little bit about your role and how you think the session benefits the people who come along?
So if you're going by job titles, my role is a peer support worker. So I come from the side of a lived experience. I've been through the service, been supported by EIP, community mental health for the last 14, 15 years, and then obviously recovered and thought I had to give something back. So here I am doing the job I love doing.
Brilliant. That's amazing. And yeah, can you tell us a little bit about how you think the session benefits people, yourself, the people who come along from the service?
Yeah, so I don't want to name drop, but I will name drop this organisation, Head in the Game. I used to go to it when I was recovering, found it really beneficial. So just, yeah, when I was doing my own work, I knew football was a nice way to especially get young guys into talking about how they're feeling, maybe like even having that thinking about how am I feeling today and how am I feeling later on in the day. So that's where the idea came in. When I went into Head in the Game, they were doing, you'd do a number out of 10 at the beginning of the session and at the end of the session, and that was always I mean, not always, but most of the time, 90% of the time, there was an improvement in the number. So when I started here and I started supporting people with football, it initially was one-to-one, then grew into a group, and that's where you guys have come in.
It's amazing to see how football can benefit the wider community. If you want us to visit your session or your football team, then please get in contact.
As you can see, some amazing work being done there, and thank you so much for allowing us to visit. Now it's time to celebrate the absolutely incredible grassroots volunteer that made the beautiful game tick in Kent. Let's check it out.
It is that time again to say thank you to some of our special volunteers in Kent who make the Grassroots game so special. First up is Caroline Davies, who is the Secretary of Chipstead FC, who does a huge amount of work to make sure the club runs as smoothly as possible. Next up, it is Franz Forley from Cuxton 1991, who is the Treasurer and does some incredible amount of admin work to make sure the finances are all okay. Next up is Alex Brett from East Kent FC, who is a coach and dedicates his time each week for training and matches every single season. Next up is Iggy Tapsell, who does an incredible amount of secretarial work for Tankerton FC and spends a huge amount of his time making sure that fixtures are arranged and referees are allocated. Lastly, we have Claire Dance from Idehill, who is the welfare officer and club coach and does a huge amount of safeguarding work for the club, and again coaches her team every single week. Thank you so much for all the hard work you put into the grassroots game we love in Kent. Just an FYI, the FA Grassroots Football Awards nominations are now open, so if you feel that there's a volunteer at your club or league who does some fantastic work, please nominate them now.
Congratulations to all those wonderful volunteers, and a big thanks to all the amazing work that you do in your footballing communities. And that's it for this episode. We hope you enjoyed it. Charlotte will be back next month for another action-packed show. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and make sure you join us next time for more match reports, interviews, shooting challenges, and much, much more. A big thank you to our show sponsor, Kent Reliance. And like I said, we'll see you next month.